G'day, listeners. You are with the Big V podcast preseason 2023. We are talking all things Division 2 women. You're with Ted West, and to my left is Mark Jeffers. I'm excited for Division 2 women because I think there is going to be a huge revamp, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, hearing a lot of good things out of Clubland about the extra resources being put into Div 2 women this year. It should make for a really exciting season.
Yeah, absolutely. We got 8 teams now, so a smaller list, a little bit more compact. But I think that makes for a lot more rivalries throughout the season, seeing that they are going to play each other a lot more.
Yeah, you're right, Ted. Each team plays each other 3 times in this division, which gives them an opportunity, obviously, before finals to get a pretty good taste of what they're expecting. And all of a sudden, the coaches trying to move those chess pieces around becomes that little bit more important, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think scouting will be very important in this league as well now. After playing that 2 games, that third game is going to be really crucial. And I think that's where that scouting, that video of huddle is going to be super important to able to lock down some of those high-scoring players.
Yeah. There's a couple of games I'm really looking forward to. Coburg-Collingwood. Now, this is a really rare situation for the league. They have all 4 of their teams in Big V are in the same division.
That's crazy.
So now we've set up some pretty cool days where we've got double headers of these teams going at it. And this Division 2 battle between Coburg and Collingwood is set to be an absolute ripper.
Yeah, it's going to be super exciting. Collingwood are looking stronger.
Yeah, they had a tough year last year, but I think I know Dean at Collingwood. He was saying the amount of effort they're putting into really strengthen the roster, bring some of those youth girls through as well to put them in the best position possible to try and push for that top 4.
Yeah, absolutely. And with those 3 games that they play against everyone else, we do expect them to get a few wins on the board there.
Yeah. The other one I want to speak to is Blackburn. So Blackburn are another team who they've had a similar roster for a couple of years now, and is it time for them to make that little bit more of a push to get to that finals position and try and maybe push for that D1 spot?
Yeah, look, I agree. They were hovering around the middle last year. They had 9-9, so they weren't overly successful, though they weren't down the bottom either. So there is room for improvement there with that shorter roster, with that shorter pool. We do expect them to get a little bit higher up, with Altona moving up as well. I think that'll open up some new opportunities for them.
Yeah, they had some aggressive players last year. I know Beck Cunningham, who's actually from my local domestic club. I know she'll go well again. She can score the ball pretty well, and she's I hope she won't mind me saying this, but she's a pest on defense. So I'm sure she'll harass other teams' guards and do the best to push Blackburn towards that finals berth.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
What do you make for with Corio Bay leaving the league this year? They're not involved in the D2 division this year. Hearing that there's a fair bit of transition from players down to the sunny Surf Coast.
Yeah, look, it's only going to help them. Surf Coast again. They did sort of struggle in that year. Yeah, they only had 2 wins for the season. But Corio Bay, some of those players will help them. They will push them up. They will get a few more wins on the board. They will be stronger. Yeah,
my understanding is they do have a couple of senior players from that Corio Bay roster coming down as well. So support some of the younger girls coming through, provide that little bit of polish on the top, and all of a sudden, once again, we're speaking finals again.
Yeah, Mornington.
There's only 4 that can fit in, Ted.
Mornington.
Well, Mornington, I'm hearing there's a fair bit of roster turnover at Mornington.
Yeah.
The reigning champs, they have had a couple of different players not return to the team for a variety of different reasons. But, I expect them still to be competitive.
I think the expectation is that they're still going to make finals.
Yeah.
I think it has to still be there. People expect it. We sort of expected. They had a dominant run. They played really well in the finals. Obviously, like you said, they are going to be probably missing a few pieces. But there's development there.
Yeah, and they've retooled as well. I think they've brought in a couple of players through to support as well. And my final one I really wanted to speak to was the Wallen Panthers. Now, historically, probably had a bit of an older, more experienced roster, but I've got a feeling this year they might have a bit more of an injection of youth into their side. They have, unfortunately, they don't have a youth league side this year. So I know for a fact some of those players who were dominant down there have transitioned up into their women's team.
Yeah, it's going to be super exciting. I'm very keen.
Only 4 can fit in the top finals, though.
Only 4. 4 are going to miss out. 4 are going to make it. Who's it going to be?
We'll see how it goes, Ted.
Yes, sir. Division 2 women, ladies and gentlemen. Stay locked in. We'll speak to you soon.
Thanks.